President of Wellesley College, I'd like to welcome all of you to Convocation. And I welcome the Green Alligator
At first I thought it was human, and immediately my caretaking instincts swung into action. It had to be a hawk. Spread your wings and fly.
It's going to be a great year, and it's going to be a busy one. I look forward to a great year and to having many great conversations with you. Thank you.
Senior class, the Green class of 2013, impressive in the academic regalia that you'll be wearing at commencement. This is precisely the kind of challenge worthy of our faculty and students. And in the months ahead, I hope we will get to tackle it together.
The Honor Code brings our Wellesley community together around a shared commitment to honesty, integrity, and respect. It is a statement of what we stand for and of what we expect from each other.
Faculty, staff, Wellesley sisters, siblings, and friends. It's a delight to see all of you here and to meet those of you who are new.
stand in the uncertain and yet delicious tensions that life offers. Live in the tensions.
Thank you all for coming tonight. My name is Kayla Connolly, and I am the senior choir chair.
So the members of the class of 2013, we're strong and empowered. We want to make a difference at Wellesley and in the world. For this reason, we have set our sights high, and for this campaign.
I'm happy to announce that as of earlier today, our class participation was at 36.9%, so we're already more than halfway there.
Good evening, Green Class 2013. And it's obvious that you care for each other. And you care for Wellesley. This caring is what binds this class and all of our alumni together. I want to personally thank your class officers for their hard work and leadership in the selection of your commencement speakers. So give me a round of applause for their hard work.
Eagerly awaiting to hear who our commencement speaker will be. And though this 2-minute clip is just a slight glimpse into this person's life and does not quite do her justice, we hope that this intro will get you excited for commencement.
Tonight, the woman known as the other side of Barack Obama's brain, a 51-year-old business leader, single mother, just maybe the most powerful woman in Chicago.
We are proud to present to you our amazing commencement speaker. Introducing Valerie Jarrett.
pressure's on now.
This is hoop rolling, so don't just pick it up and run with it, however tempting that might be. Don't throw it and then try to catch up with it. If it falls down, which it almost certainly will, you can pick it up and start rolling again, but basically just keep rolling on.
Sing hey, the handsome Harvard man who poses a Wellesley lass. Sing hey, the senior gown that made him one of the senior class. Sing hey, the Harvard crimson flashing so triumphantly. But tra-la-la-la-la-la, the Wellesley blue for me.
To get me a good
Unlike any forest that I've ever seen, each tree so unique, so distinct from the other.
One voice, this is the sound of one voice.
Maybe members of the same genus, species, or class, Colleghi Wellesleyani, I suspect. The class of 2013.
It's simple, they say, and you too have come into the world to do this, to go easy, to be filled with light, and to shine.
Surrendering to the mystery.
You have been putting down roots all your life, and like the oak, you will continue to put down roots.
You have grown during your time here. You've reached for opportunities, you have made new paths, and you have gone deep, yet not without encountering obstacles along the way.
This is the sound of one voice, one people. This is the sound of one voice.
I joined a Facebook group and started searching for a review. I didn't trust the house of one.
I was excited to step into my own life, but nervous. Would I be able to click with my roommate? Would I make friends?
I got separated from my FYM group on the first day. My FYM had to come and find me.
I fell in with a group of people I thought they would be my best friends, but it turned out they weren't.
First class changed my life. All those red flags.
I kept wanting to go home, but then I realized I was supposed to feel at home here.
It went from being really empty to really full.
History, political science,
Computer science.
Spanish.
Art history. And it was so hard.
I came in thinking I was pre-med, but during my first Chemistry 105 exam, I questioned if I really wanted to be a doctor.
I joined a lot of cultural orgs in my first year. I learned so much from CSA. Gatherings with my faith community always made me feel like I was home. I don't know where I'd be without the UUs. We are so lucky to have professors that we get to know as real people, not just as faces in front of the classroom. The Bauer concert got rained out. The beach party got rained out.
Commencement rehearsal got rained out.
Everything got rained out.
Last first day of classes.
Last Flower Sunday.
Last SEQ.
I can be myself unabashedly now.
Here I am.
What appears to be many separate trees are actually a forest system connected at the roots.
Begin by standing.
The cancer of my intellect, the blood of love, soon neglected, lay dying.
Breathe deeply into the roots of your feet.
While our friends we thought were so together, they've all gone and left each other.
Envision a connection between your roots and the roots of your friends.
To lessen chance of love's recovery. There I am in younger days, stargazing.
May the fullness of this original light and the rootedness of our connections blend within our heart.
The unmarked paths of misdirection, my compass, faith in love's perfection. I missed 10 million miles of road I should have seen.
If you leave it, you may come back again, saying, here.
No two branches each other one by one on the road to fair weather.
If what a tree or a bush does is lost on you, you are surely lost. Stand.
Voice choked like silence screaming in a dream. I search for my absolute distinction.
Branching out into the world beyond Wellesley, we hoped that today could act as a moment to pause, reflect, and ready ourselves to leap forward.
Leading us away to our extinction.
My wish for us is to continue this tradition of openness, curiosity, and a willingness to learn from others.
Same to live, but nobody gets a lifetime rehearsal.
We are connected to
to the many generations of Wellesley students that have worked, laughed, and achieved in this same environment.
I will be the greatest gift that we could give.
To branch out, growing and developing in our new environments as we did here. My wish is that this perpetual fidget never leaves us, and that we carry our spirit of eager inquiry with us, ever ready to question, recreate, and rethink what is otherwise taken for granted.
We'll cherish these days in our memories always.
Stand tall and proud. Sink your roots deeply into the earth. Reflect the light of your true nature.
Embrace with joy the changing seasons, for each yields its own abundance.
The energy and birth of spring, the growth and contentment of summer.
Let your limbs sway and dance in the breezes. Be flexible, remember your roots, enjoy the view.
How do we think about the parts of our lives that are measurable and those that are immeasurable? siblings of mine, bend like a willow, so after all the storms, standing you shall be, a strong and sturdier tree.
That was removed in the back during the renovation. We have been blessed by the years of being led by your sounds of joy and celebration, alone supreme. Your friends and groupies in the Office of Religious and Spiritual Life at Wellesley College. Thank you. Dig deep roots, reach your branches broad. Thank you, go in peace.
Congratulations, class of 2013.
Where is this being broadcast? Good morning. As the College Marshal, I would like to welcome you to the commencement exercises for the class of 2013. I wish to make a few announcements and to give you some information about our event and the procession that is about to begin. So, in a moment, when I conclude, the processional music will start and the seniors will begin to process. Thank you in advance for your cooperation. Now please take your seats and enjoy the ceremony. Let the procession begin.
I invite Victor Kazanjian, Dean of Intercultural Education and Religious and Spiritual Life, to deliver the invocation.
From acorns to oaks, from seeds to seniors, my have you grown. It seems like such a long time ago, but also just yesterday, that you first settled into this Wellesley forest green. Today is a day to celebrate you, and all of your growth that has taken place during your time here and led us to this moment of commencement. Today is a day to admire you, green sisters and siblings of the class of 2013. And so, invoking all the energies and powers of life and spirit, let us commence this ceremony of endings and beginnings. Let us acknowledge the cycles of growth that have brought you here. Let us be grateful that all that has been given to us. Let us be mindful of those who struggle and suffer in places near and far, and let us be filled with a sense of wonder and awe on your commencement day.
On behalf of the trustees, the faculty, the staff, the alumni, and the Wellesley College class of 2013, it is my privilege to welcome you to the college's 135th commencement exercises. Assembled here in the academic quad are the guests of our graduates, the proud mothers and fathers, sisters and brothers, and extended family members and friends, and for the 14 Davis Scholars, partners, spouses, and children. Also assembled here today are the graduates themselves, the Wellesley class of 2013. They are ready to graduate. They are excited and proud and probably a little bit nervous. Seniors, as you look around at your Wellesley family congregated here on this beautiful academic quad, recall how much you have experienced and learned during your time at Wellesley. I know you have a great appreciation for the people who have supported you during your time at Wellesley, family and friends, faculty and staff. Seniors, I invite you to stand and express your gratitude to them. Thank you, seniors. I would also like to take a moment for us to collectively acknowledge and show support for your 9 classmates who are missing today's ceremony because they are representing Wellesley College at the NCAA National Championship in Crewe this weekend. Our Crewe class of 2013 joins an elite class of Wellesley athletes to earn NCAA team appearances in each of their seasons in blue. Now I'm pleased to invite Vivian Hu, co-president of the class of 2013, to the stage to introduce our student speaker. Vivian.
On behalf of the 2013 Class Council, my co-president, Anushi Sufian, and I would like to extend a warm welcome to all the friends and family that have come today to support the Emerald Green Class of 2013. We're pleased to present our student speaker this year, Nuha Khan, an economics major hailing from Pakistan. Nuha was chosen for her infectious enthusiasm and lightheartedness. And without further ado, I'll turn it over to our wonderful speaker. Please give her a hand.
Thank you, Vivian. Members of the Board of Trustees, President Bottomley, faculty, staff, families, guests, and my fellow graduates. Welcome. This might sound slightly weird, but I'm going to start by telling you what this speech is not about. I'm not going to reiterate what bright and successful futures we all will have. Trust me, it's given. Nor I'm going to give you any advice on how to deal with the practical world. Honestly, I desperately needed myself. And I'm definitely not going to dwell on women who will. Because in my mind, we already have. We are here. We are the graduating class of 2013. Instead, I'm going to go all Wendy Wellesley on you and walk you through a simple regression. Yes, the economist in me is finally out of the paramecium pond. Wellesley has shaped us into remarkable individuals, each one of us being a distinct data point in this regression. But at this hour of happiness, we should not forget the absence of one of those points. A Wellesley sister whose loss has made us all realize the importance of this siblinghood. Adeyasifa, you're missed. Let us also not forget the victims of the recent tragedies, both in Boston and around the world, and hope that instead of fostering a culture of fear, these events make us stronger and even more united, just as we are united today to celebrate the graduation of class of 2013. So, 4 years, that's a long time. Keeping our regression metaphor alive, let us explore the independent or X variables and see what did we learn in the past 4 years. We learned to speak our minds, but at the same time, listen to others, to appreciate different cultures, languages, and habits, and to be tolerant and respectful of everyone's opinions. We learned that it is always a bad idea to start a 10-page paper the night before it's due, and that Stone Davis elevators are very unpredictable. We learned to make memes thanks to a certain male exchange student who shall not be named, and that many of us are still wary to uninstall first class from our computers. Wellesley has enabled us to have a deep and profound understanding of the world. It has not only provided us with great education, but some quirky and awkward growing experiences, opportunities to meet some truly amazing people, and countless firsts that we will cherish and build upon as we go forth. I am a changed individual. This is the power of Wellesley. This is the power of us all. In many ways, class of 2013 is the class of change. Sure, Peter Pan has stopped going to Riverside. But on a deeper level, we have changed. The people around us have changed, and the world has changed. In a world where corporate structures and cultures work against women and push them back, our iron will has become diamond, and our education has enabled us to fight for equality. Coming from Pakistan and being raised in a family of only daughters, my parents have always taught me to be a strong, independent individual. My mother, sadly, could not attend today's graduation ceremony. She is currently back at home in Pakistan taking care of my eldest sister, Nida, who has Down syndrome. Both women have been constant sources of love and inspiration for me. My mother has supported and encouraged me at every step, and Nida best knows how to raise my spirits with her laughter and joy. After coming to Wellesley, I saw this love and support everywhere. 4 years ago in Pakistan, I could have only dreamed of this. But now, at Wellesley College, I'm a part of this change. I feel inspired. Today, while standing before you all, I really want to say this one random thing that I found on the interwebs. Well, When we went walking while watching wicked women wash wrecked wallpaper without water, we wondered who would win without wavering. I think I kind of almost got it, but not really. Not to be narcissistic or anything, but after all, I did go to one of the best women colleges. No, wait, I'm sorry, one of the best colleges. And studied amongst the brightest, future leaders, young scholars, certified scuba divers, wushu experts, chess masters. The list goes on and on. But in all seriousness, the real reason I chose Wellesley was because of you all. My oh-so-perfect data points, which make my regression so smooth and easy to run. And of course, because of my second sister, Sahar, Wellesley class of 09, once told me, "You do realize you get unlimited ice cream here, Nuha." Case closed. I was sold. Thank you, and congratulations, class of 2013. May the rest of the commencement be ever in your favor.
Thank you, Nuha. We now have the opportunity to recognize and congratulate outstanding members of the faculty. The Pinansky Prize for Excellence in Teaching is awarded each year to honor members of our faculty who have demonstrated excellence as teachers. If you know how outstanding our teaching faculty at Wellesley are, you will know how significant it is to be recognized in this way. According to the rules for the prize, the finalists are selected by a student-faculty committee on the basis of nominations from students, faculty, and staff. Today, we recognize these three teachers. Tracy Gleason, Psychology. Lisa Rudensky, English. Orit Sher, Computer Science. Please join me on the stage. Professor Gleason is known for setting high standards while also being supportive, a combination that empowers students. As one nominator said, she treated our projects as legitimate research rather than just perfunctory class projects, which changed our perspectives of our work. For inspiring students to reach their highest potential, Wellesley College is proud to award to Tracy Gleason the Anna and Samuel Pinansky Teaching Prize. Students appreciate that Professor Rudensky, a Wellesley woman herself, she returned to her alma mater to, as one student nominator wrote, devote herself to our education with verve and passion. For dedicating herself to teaching in these ways, Wellesley College is pleased to award to Lisa Rudensky the Anna and Samuel Pinansky Teaching Prize. Professor Scher encourages her students to be open to new ideas and opportunities, whether by participating in national student design competitions or through research in her lab, the kind of research that is usually reserved for graduate level students. As one student said, it is not Orit's dedication to creating next generation interfaces that makes her such a wonderful professor. It is her dedication to creating the next generation of amazing Wellesley graduates. For these many reasons, Orit Scherer is most deserving of the Anna and Samuel Pinansky Teaching Prize. Congratulations again to our Pinansky Prize winners. It is now my pleasure to introduce our commencement speaker, Valerie Jarrett. Valerie Jarrett is a senior advisor to President Barack Obama. She oversees the offices of public engagement and intergovernmental affairs and chairs the White House Council on Women and Girls. She has been called the other power in the West Wing by the New York Times, and she recently was named one of Time magazine's 100 most influential people of the world. Because of her exemplary leadership and her commitment to advancing women, we are honored to welcome Valerie Jarrett as this year's commencement speaker.
Well, good morning, everyone. Good morning. Woo. Thank you for that generous introduction, President Bottomley, or should I say K-Bot, as I understand you're called. Of course, I'd like to recognize the Board of Trustees, faculty, staff, alums, all who have contributed to the extraordinary Wellesley experience. A round of applause for them, please. To the parents, the grandparents, the family, friends, without whose support and love, this day would not have been possible. Congratulations to all of you as well. And of course, the class of 2013. This is your day. And we are so deeply proud of you, not just for all you've accomplished while at Wellesley, but for all that we know that you will do in the future as you evolve from women who will to women who do. Congratulations to you as well. So today is a very big deal for me too. This is my first commencement address at an all-women's college. Yep. It's the first time that I've been chosen to speak by the speakers, all of you. So thank you so much. It is an honor for me to be your 135th commencement speaker. Now, knowing that some of you are tweeting and Instagramming, that adds a little pressure to the moment for me. But to keep me at ease, I brought along two of my dearest peeps who are also cousins. Hillary Baltimore and Kelly Dibble, both Wellesley alums. And they've even brought their daughters, Hannah, age 11, Isabel and Jessica, both age 14. This is a magical place that for 4 years has nurtured, challenged, motivated, and empowered you. You've mastered academic rigor of the highest degree, enriched with countless, deeply meaningful conversations that have changed your minds and changed the minds of others. You've developed an insatiable curiosity, intellectual curiosity, that will lead to a lifelong love of learning. You've trayed down the hill, rolled hoops, stepped, sung, laughed, cried, and grown, all with friends who I am confident you will treasure for life. And today you've earned a diploma that codifies not just how much you know, but it also reflects who you have become. So today is, of course, your commencement, a new beginning of the next phase of your life. And if you're feeling anything like I was in my early 20s, you're a little bit uncertain about what lies ahead. The truth is, you're going to have your ups and downs. You're going to fail, you're going to succeed. But I hope that you'll discover, sooner rather than later, how to live life on your terms. First, you got to be flexible. If you're willing to be flexible, you will find your true passion. So don't restrict your options and limit your potential with arbitrary self-imposed deadlines. But the lesson really is it is so healthy to explore so that you may discover unanticipated detours that will actually hasten your achievement of your dreams. Do not blindly ignore opportunities to change course, and certainly do not let others impose their priorities on you. I guarantee that everyone here who challenges the status quo, you're going to face criticism, you're going to face disappointment and setbacks. Change is hard, very hard, as we have learned. You'll make mistakes, you'll fail, you'll face rejection. In fact, if you never slip and fall, I would say that you're being too cautious. No matter how hard you may try, not everyone is going to like you or even like what you have to say or show you the respect that you have shown one another during your time here at Wellesley. Be patient, keep focused on doing your best, shrug, laugh, bounce back, and over the long haul, you'll earn your colleagues' respect, your bosses will recognize your talents, and your true friends will reveal themselves. And if they don't respect you after you've given it a fair shot, go back to lesson number 1, be flexible, move on, prove them wrong. The best possible revenge is success. You will also inevitably face adversity. I know that you have suffered the loss of a classmate this year, and perhaps other loved ones during your short life. And the world watched the Boston Marathon bombing with horror. And as a mom, I wish I could spare you from the inevitable pain that you're going to face. But what always amazes me is the resilience of the human spirit. In class of 2013, your spirit will always be stronger because of the relationships that you have formed right here. Right here. And it's the importance of relationships that brings me to my third and final point. Pace yourselves. For those of you who are wondering if you can have it all, the answer is yes, but there is a catch. The arc of life is long, so don't expect to have it all at the same time. You have choices because you stand on the shoulders of others who have given you the ability to choose. It is a rare privilege for all of you who are seated here today. So make sure that you reach back and afford others that same opportunity. Fortunately, after the reality check of dropping a ball or two, I began to understand that having it all doesn't mean doing it all. Competing on an even playing field requires you to create your own field with teammates that respect and support what it takes for you to be healthy and whole. But you see, this is where you already have an upper hand, class of 2013. You understand the importance of women supporting other women. And this lesson is going to become even more valuable as you grow older, whether at home, at work, or in your personal life. But having women at work in whom you can confide, completely trust, and who have your back is just as important. And always remember, in the words of your very famous alum, Madeleine Albright, and I quote her, "There is a very special place in hell for women who do not help other women." Now, it also helps to have a support from the top. And there's no secret how I feel about my current boss. He was raised by a single mom, married a strong and gifted woman, and tries mightily to ensure that his daughters will be able to reach for the sky with the wind at their back. He takes great pride that the very first bill he signed when he became president was the Lilly Ledbetter Fair Pay Act that strengthens a woman's ability to get equal pay. And also, right off the bat in his second term, he signed the reauthorization of the Violence Against Women Act. So, everyone, just as you are now surrounded, and I mean surrounded, by the lifelong friends who you've made here at Wellesley, you must keep that effort up when you leave. For when life gets messy and painful, they will be the rock of support. It'll come from your family, your friends, your coworkers, in who you have invested the most precious commodity, time and love. Be flexible, Be resilient and pace yourselves. Our country needs you. In fact, the world needs you. Woo is right. Every last thing that you have to offer. Our challenges ahead are great, but so too are the opportunities for positive change that I know you'll create if you remember not to only minister unto, but to minister. I know that you have found your voices, class of 2013, and now there are no limits to the good you can do if only you have the courage to use them. Thank you very much. Congratulations.
Thank you, Valerie. Now, let me say a few words directly to the seniors. Seniors, class of 2013, here you are at last. Congratulations. After you walk across the stage and receive your diplomas, you will no longer be Wellesley students. But you will always be the green, or I should say the emerald class of 2013. This is an important day for you and for your families and loved ones. You have been waiting a long time for this day. Your parents have also been waiting a long time for this day. Those final papers have been written, the last exams are over, that thesis you spent all year researching, writing and rewriting is done. Everything is done. It's hard to believe. Enjoy this moment. You worked hard for it. You earned it. You, your families, and your friends have every right to be proud. But today, I want to speak of the importance of your togetherness. You have been a wonderful class. Over the last 4 years, you have left your mark on campus in ways that we will always remember. Earlier this month, you left a brightly visible imprint when you decorated this campus high and low with green streamers, green signs, green balloons. You reminded us that you were still here. You needn't have worried. We will not forget you, the green class of 2013, and you will not forget Wellesley. The importance of your togetherness became exceptionally clear this year when you came together after we lost one of our own, Ade Asefa, and also following the tragic events at the Boston Marathon. We turned to one another, we supported one another, because we are a community that cares deeply for one another. As a class, you have been through much together, and it has created an important bond. The friendships you have formed here, the connections you have made, the relationships you have forged in this community with the staff you saw every day, with your professors, with your classmates, and with those in your residence halls, those bonds are permanent. 50 years ago, even 30 years ago, for example, we could only dream about a woman U.S. Secretary of State. But in your lifetime, it has been a common occurrence for a woman to hold that position. Of course, I would be remiss if I didn't point out that 2/3 of them have been Wellesley women. Indeed, you have grown up in a time when more and more women have held influential positions in national public office, such as Supreme Court justices, as National Security Advisor, as Attorney General, and yes, as Senior Advisor to the President of the United States. But you know, as I do, and as Valerie Jarrett just mentioned, there is still much work to be done to achieve gender equality. You may not want to be Secretary of State or an advisor to the President or a Supreme Court Justice or a CEO. You may not know right now what you want to be. Your job is to figure out what you are good at and what you enjoy. In doing that, you should know this. Whatever it is you want to be, it is possible. It is possible because of who you are and because of your Wellesley education. Today, you are Wellesley students. Tomorrow, you will be Wellesley alums, connected not only to your class of 600, but to 36,000 Wellesley alumni all over the world who, believe me, love to help out fellow alums. As you achieve your goals, help your younger and older Wellesley siblings achieve theirs. That is how it works. It has been working so well for so many years. Accept help from those who came before you. Give help to those who come after you. Pay it forward. Make it an easier world for as many people as you can. Whatever you do, wherever you are, be a force. Let me finish with these thoughts. Whatever you want to achieve, remember this. Your goal is just a destination. The journey toward that goal is your life. Enjoy your life. Enjoy your journey. Tomorrow, you will no longer be a Wellesley student, but I want you to take this last thought and carry it with you always. You are Wellesley. You will always be Wellesley. This will always be your campus. You will always belong here. Thank you and congratulations, class of 2013. Seniors, this is the moment you have been waiting for. Provost Shannon will now present the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Arts. Will the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Arts please rise?
We recognize 9 student athletes who are unable to be at today's ceremony because they are representing Wellesley at the NCAA National Championship competitions in crew. They are Taylor Alexandra Black, Aidan Relindsay Chambers, Rachel Lynn Coogan, Jessica E. Fry, Catherine C. Goffin, Jennifer Lammy, Aline Pearson, Tess Regan Ruderman, Patricia Suqualanda. Madam President, it is the privilege of my office to present to you, on behalf of the faculty of Wellesley College, the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Arts.
By the authority of the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, vested in the Board of Trustees, and by them delegated to me, I confer upon you the degree of Bachelor of Arts and admit you to all the rights, dignities, and responsibilities of that degree.
Grace Abu-Hamid, Francesca Rebecca Acocella, Afia Jendei Addison, Jane Elizabeth Adkins,
Yingyi Zhang, Yuinwan Zhang, Rachel C. Ziza,
Congratulations. I salute you. Will you all please stand? It is our tradition to close commencement with the singing of the first and fourth stanzas of America the Beautiful, written by Catherine Lee Bates. Professor Bates was a graduate of the class of 1980, and 1880. Thank you. It's hot up here. And a distinguished member of our English department. Mariami May Bakowri will lead us as we all join in singing America the Beautiful. Please be seated.
Alumni class of 2013. You have been feted and found worthy of a Wellesley degree. Now it comes with great promise of living the dreams to which you aspire. And so, my wish for you is that as you take flight upward and away in the direction of your dreams, you also seek to become downwardly mobile. Amazing sisters and siblings of the class of 2013, I invite you to embrace humility. For humility is an essential ingredient of a life well lived. Humility is not about weakness or being passive. It is about being receptive to the world like the earth soaking in nourishing rain. Humility, like humus, is full of creative potential, a home for new life and growth. To be humble in this way is to believe in yourself so much that you can let go of pretense and of proving yourself and just love the person you are. This is what it means to become downwardly mobile, like a tree. And so in the days and months and years ahead, may you soar like a hawk and grow roots like a tree. And then, may you enjoy the life that springs forth. Go in peace.